Zepbound ruined my life for about 6 weeks and continuing. This is honestly a video I had no intentions on sharing. It was something that I just planned to keep to myself because as much of my life as I do share online, I am a pretty close book type of person and not many people in my life know this, so I didn't feel the need to share it. But when I sat back and I really thought about it, I really wish that I had the opportunity to come across a video like this before I started my journey. So this is definitely not to say not to get on a GLP-1, but just so that you can do your research and make an educated decision yourself, your doctor, whatever, just because I want you to be able to see all different stories. So I felt like this was going to provide you with some value with just sharing my personal experience. But we're gonna have to go back in time, give you a little backstory, and I'll explain everything from the start. So let's get into it. So let's go back in time. I grew up always being very active, fit, and very skinny. Especially when I was between the ages of like 13 to 16, I was very skinny. There's no other way to put it. I was super lean. And then after I turned about 16, it was kind of a yo-yo from there. And I've honestly tried everything and nothing has seemed to work. I feel like there's two types of people. It's either someone that has a big appetite and just eats big portions of food, or maybe you're someone that has a lot of like food noise, cravings, love sugar. I do not have a massive appetite. I eat very normal portions and I eat very healthy meals, but I love sugar and I love to bake. I bake a lot. So that is 100% my problem, is controlling the saying no to those extra sugary treats that I definitely don't need. So back in March of 2025 last year, I decided I wanted to try Ozempic, so semaglutide. So as we know, so many people are on GLP-1s. We're seeing all the celebrities and everyone gets so thin. It just seems to be such a trend. And I was like, well, it's working for everyone. It might as well work for me. I was on it from March to October before I moved into my newest house. And I stopped right when I was about to move in because I was on it for around 6 months. It did not work. It did not work at all. I went up to the highest dose of 1 milligram and it never did anything. It was like I wasn't taking it. And I don't have insurance, so I was paying about almost $300 a month and it was doing nothing. So I just said, okay, this doesn't work for me. This is, not something that's gonna work for me. So I got off it and I was like, okay, whatever. Then I started to hear about, obviously we all know about Mounjaro, but where I am in Canada, it's Zepbound, but it's the same medication. Now, I'm gonna put how you say it because there's semaglutide and there's Tirzepatide, So I decided, I read up on it, watched videos, really tried to educate myself. This is, instead of being a GLP-1, it's GLP-2. I can put some information up about what it actually does in medical terms. I got really excited. So I actually went to a clinic that specializes in weight management and they are amazing, truly the best. So it was nice to have support throughout the journey. So I was paying out of pocket for that. And then I was paying for my Zepbound, the medication for the lowest dose, which was, is it 2.5? 2.5. Was about $280 a month at Costco for the lowest dose. So I was feeling very excited to give it a try and very hopeful that it would actually work for me. So the first day I took it, it was December. I think it was around the 11th maybe. I'd have to look back. And I took it before bed because people say, you'll have less side effects if you take it before bed once a week, right? And it's pretty known that if you don't have side effects with Ozempic, you likely won't with this drug, apparently. So I took it, went on to bed, and the next day it worked immediately for me. I had zero food noise. And my big thing was I didn't want quick fix, a cheat, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted something that would help with the cravings and the food noise. And I was going to eat healthy and I was going to the gym 5 days a week. And I was being very intentional. I had a body scan done when I started so that my progress could be measured in fat loss, muscle gain, because we know a lot of people on these medications lose muscle. I have no clue if this is true, but I heard a statistic that apparently for every 6 pounds of weight loss on a GLP-1 or GLP-2 that it's actually 4 pounds of muscle and only 2 pounds of fat, which would obviously be very awful. I don't know if that's true though. Do your own research. But we know a lot of people lose muscle. So a huge reason why people get on these medications and gain the weight back and more is because they lose the muscle and they eat the same, but they don't have the same amount of muscle on their body to burn the calories. So then they gain more and then you're left with no muscle, which we don't want. So my goal was to focus a lot on strength training and just have it as a tool in my toolkit to help control my eating patterns. And I was very excited that for 2 weeks I felt amazing. A lot of people report fatigue, nausea, vomiting, whatever. I felt incredible. I had so much energy, felt so motivated. I felt my mind just felt calm, like I wasn't thinking about food, and I was eating very intentionally, which is super important. So I was getting my protein in, eating so healthy. I was going to the gym 5 days a week. I was doing everything I was supposed to do. I felt great. And I was finally I wasn't seeing a big difference on the scale, but I was just feeling smaller and better. And I was very excited by that. I couldn't believe that something was finally working for me. It truly felt like a miracle. And then I was just like, oh, summer's coming up. Like, I'm gonna be in such good shape. Like, this is amazing. And if you're someone that doesn't struggle with food noise, you're just gonna be like, just eat less and move more and you'll lose the weight. Like, come on. But if you're not someone that struggles with it, I don't think you'll understand it. Like, I think it's the same thing as someone like me who doesn't have kids. And maybe you see a mom at the grocery store with their kid and they're like, why don't they just get their kid bathed? But obviously it's not as simple as that. And we don't understand if we don't have kids. So I feel like that goes with so many things in life. If you don't experience it, you just can't understand it. And you just aren't in those shoes, if that makes sense. So I was feeling just so relieved. And it was about 2 or 3 weeks of just feeling amazing. And I just felt like sunshines and rainbows and all was going to be good ahead. And I was just continuing with eating less, but quality food, a lot of protein, and working out, doing everything right finally. One night, it was a Tuesday night of December 27th, and I made homemade pasta and steak for my husband and I. It was a bit later in the evening, and I decided after I'd go to the gym, as I was continuously doing that month while on the medication. My shot days were Thursdays. So that was a nice few days after my shot. It wasn't right after anything. I went to the gym and I just wanted to do a quick warm up on the treadmill. I was on the treadmill not even 5 minutes and I was going very slow. Obviously I was just warming up. I wasn't overdoing it by any stretch. And everything started to go kind of black on me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna pass out. I stopped the treadmill immediately and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I text my husband and he's like, oh, it's probably just from what you ate. He said, oh, that happened to him before in the summer playing tennis. It's fine. So I got really freaked out and I ended up leaving the gym, obviously. I think I left the gym, or did I do a leg workout? I can't remember. And I luckily made it home and I felt the worst, but I chalked it up to being something with blood sugar spike, or I don't know, whatever they say can happen after you eat a big meal and workout. But I was like, no big deal. It's just a one-off. That continued on every single day for about 6 weeks, and I'm still healing. There was about 4 weeks of my life through the end of December to January, I couldn't drive. I couldn't leave my house. I couldn't go to the gym. I had to stop the gym completely. I couldn't barely work. I couldn't do anything. And I'm really into the sourdough, so I'd be baking, and then I'd be sitting down oh my gosh, I'm gonna pass out. And I'm not someone that has anxiety, panic attacks or anything, but it would send me into a panic attack because I'm someone that I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I like to feel in control. And it was just this sense of not being in control. I don't know how to explain it, but I did forget to mention my first week on the Zepbound. I don't think it was a day, I don't think I ate that much. And I went in my room and I started to feel when you feel you're here but not here. It was a weird feeling that I don't get. Started to panic. I ate something and I was fine. So these episodes of near fainting would send me in a spiral because I was this is so scary. So many times I went near blackout. So I ended up going to the doctor. Got my blood work done, test done, everything came back fine. My iron was slightly low, but it's honestly the highest it's ever been in the past 10 years on my records, significantly higher than usual. in the past, few years, I've been eating more iron food, and I don't have very many symptoms of low iron. So the only thing I could think of was the Zepbound. So through my research, I learned, and through like Facebook groups, that people on Zepbound and Mounjaro do experience dizziness. I do have to explain this though, so you understand. Apparently there's 3 types of dizziness, because everyone was saying I was vertigo. So listen to this. There is vertigo is when the room around you is spinning. Everything around you is spinning. Dizziness is when you feel unsteady, drunk, motion kind of feeling, like you're unsteady. And then lightheadedness is apparently when you're like feeling woozy and you're faint. You just feel like it's all in your head and you're like about to pass out. That's what I felt. I do refer to it as dizziness because to me, feeling like you're gonna pass out is dizzy. Technically it's lightheadedness, but that was the sensation I was feeling. It was not vertigo, because I thought it was, but it was not. So then I was thinking maybe my blood pressure is dropping. I never got an answer. So in the past few weeks, I just have been drinking a lot more electrolytes, salt. Honestly, I feel like I've been having like the symptoms of like POTS, but I really don't think I have POTS. Honestly, I'm not a doctor, but my guess is that Zepbound completely wrecked my nervous system, fried it up, and now I'm having like the worst reaction. And I literally took 3 shots, 3 Thursdays of shots, and that was it. 6 weeks later, I'm still feeling the effects of it. This has truly affected my life more than you can imagine, because thankfully I'm feeling much better now, but I was barely able to work, do anything. I do permanent jewelry on the side. I went to an event to do that, and I was there like nearly passing out. It was so traumatic and scary. And I think the scariest thing is once you inject yourself with something synthetic, like a GLP-1, 2, whatever, you can't get it out of your body. It's in there, and if you have a bad reaction, you can't get it out. Like, it has a long shelf life. So that was honestly really scary. And just thinking, is this ever gonna end, or am I permanently damaged from my decision to take a medication? Like, yeah, the weight loss would have been great, but it's not worth not being able to function the rest of my life. So I've been off the medication since the beginning of January, finally feeling better, but I'm still loading up on electrolytes every day. Element, like what IV, they've all been like a saving grace for me. I have electrolyte pills that I take in emergencies. So it's still not gone, but it's significantly getting better. So honestly, it's been such a relief, but it's honestly been the hardest month of my life, and it made me realize the importance of health, because I felt so helpless. So honestly, I'm at a point where I feel so confused. I don't know what to believe, because as I've done more research and more stuff is surfacing online, I see people that are like so pro synthetic shots of like the GLP-1 and 2. And then I see people saying like they're in lawsuits, people are going blind, they're dying, it's horrible for you. So honestly, I don't know what to believe. I don't know whether if your body has benefits from it, whether it's horrible for you. I feel so lost. But if it taught me anything, it's that I'm not trying anything that's prescription again anytime soon. I'm honestly scared. It was absolutely terrifying. And if you're on one of these medications, I'd love if you'd share your experience in the comments below. If you're open to it, I'd love to know. And I'm totally not against it. If you're someone on it, I'm not gonna say, oh, you shouldn't be on it, it's horrible. If you're watching this video, I'm not saying that try it, because I know so many people who's taken these medications and it's been so life-changing. But I just want you to be able to hear all sides of the story. And I just felt a sense of guilt for not sharing this online when I knew it could really help someone out there. And if this video helps one person, that's all I care about. So where do I go from here is the big question. I have something I do plan on trying soon, and it is a natural product. It's not something I've tried yet, so there's literally no point of talking about it. I'm not talking about something I haven't tried. I do plan on continuing to share my journey on here. This is something that you are interested in. I would love if you would like and subscribe, comment below, and come along with me for my journey, because I'm gonna find out a way to lose this weight, and then I'm gonna share it all with you. So I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.